Taylor Swift has always been a storyteller, not just through her music, but through the way she lives and connects with people. And when she shares her honest perspective on friendship amid all the noise of fame, it becomes something that feels deeply human. Because even though she stands on massive stages and sings to millions, her words about loyalty, growth, and love feel like they could come from a close friend sitting beside you on a quiet night with a cup of tea. And when the headlines swirl about her friendship with Blake Lively, the truth that shines through is that real connections between people who live extraordinary lives are often tested by distance, time, and the public gaze. But they endure because they are rooted in something deeper than the spotlight. Taylor and Blake have always shared a friendship that radiates warmth, laughter, and mutual respect. Both being strong women in an industry that constantly watches their every move, they show that support does not always have to be loud sometimes. It's in the quiet moments, in the shared smiles, in the way they speak about each other with genuine admiration. And as Taylor opens up about the meaning of friendship, she reminds us that fame can make connections fragile, but it can also make them precious, because when the world is watching every word and every gesture, the friends who stay true are the ones who become family. And this is something so many celebrities across generations have felt, from Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato to Zendaya and Tom Holland, from Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland to Rihanna and Cara Delevingne. The thread that ties all of them is the understanding that friendship and fame is like a lighthouse in a storm. It keeps you steady no matter how high the waves rise. And when we look at Taylor's journey from a teenage country artist to a global icon, we see that her friendships have evolved alongside her. She learned how to let go of what doesn't serve her peace and how to hold on tight to those who bring out her best. And that honesty is what makes her so relatable to millions of fans around the world. Because at the end of the day, everyone knows what it feels like to lose a friend, to miss someone, to grow apart, or to find comfort in a bond that stands the test of time. And Blake Lively, on her part, is someone who understands that balance between personal and public life. Her charm has always been that she makes fame look effortless, yet real. She's the girl next door who turned into Hollywood royalty, but never lost her sense of humor or her down-to-earth nature. And her friendship with Taylor is built on that same kind of authenticity, where laughter is frequent, support is natural, and admiration runs both ways. And together they've shown fans that female friendship can be powerful, joyful, and healing, even when the world tries to make it complicated. And speaking of powerful women, the world of celebrities is filled with inspiring stories of connection, resilience, and artistry. Look at Beyoncé, whose longtime bond with Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams has become an example of unity that transcends fame. Their friendship began before the world even knew their names, and despite all the changes and successes, they've remained sisters in spirit, supporting each other through triumphs and trials alike. Or take Selena Gomez, who has always spoken about how her friendships have grounded her in an industry that can sometimes feel overwhelming. She values honesty and loyalty above all else, and her relationships often reflect her journey of self-discovery. She's one of those rare stars who isn't afraid to admit that friendship can change as you grow. And that's what makes her human and lovable. And then there's Zendaya, who approaches fame with wisdom far beyond her years. Her friendships are built on trust and respect. She surrounds herself with people who remind her of who she is, rather than what she's achieved. And that's why fans admire her so much. She doesn't let fame change her values. She lets it amplify her kindness and her sense of purpose. And in the same way, Rihanna's circle of friends is a reflection of her energy, supportive, ambitious, unapologetically themselves. She has always believed that empowering others is the ultimate sign of confidence, and that's why she collaborates with people she loves and uplifts those around her through her work. Whether it's in music, fashion, or business, her success feels communal, not just personal, and that's the magic of celebrities who understand the value of connection. It's not just about networking or red carpet appearances. It's about building bridges that lead to growth and understanding. Across cultures and industries, even male friendships in the entertainment world reflect that same emotion, like the camaraderie between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, whose playful banter hides a genuine bond built on mutual respect, or the brotherhood between Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire, who've supported each other since their early days in Hollywood. These stories remind us that the essence of fame isn't isolation. It's collaboration and companionship. The moments that truly define a celebrity's journey aren't always the awards or the accolades, but the people they share those victories with, the friends who remind them where they came from and why they started. And when Taylor Swift talks about friendship, she captures That beautifully she doesn't speak from a place of perfection but from experience. Her words carry lessons learned from love, heartbreak, and forgiveness. She's had friendships that flourished and ones that faded, and she's turned all of it into art. Her music has always been a reflection of her relationships with others and herself, and that vulnerability is what keeps her connected to her audience because people see their own stories in hers. And maybe that's why she remains one of the most loved artists of her generation. She makes everyone feel like they know her, like they've grown with her through each album and each chapter of life. And her friendship with Blake Lively is part of that narrative. It's the kind of bond that feels real, not curated. Their connection has survived rumors and speculation because it's built on mutual admiration and trust. And as Blake continues to support Taylor publicly and privately, it becomes clear that their friendship is less about appearances and more about understanding two women at the top of their game, finding peace in each other's company. And that kind of connection resonates deeply in an industry often defined by competition and comparison. But beyond Hollywood, these lessons on friendship and perseverance echo across the world of celebrities like Priyanka Chopra, who speaks proudly about supporting other women and breaking barriers for those who will follow, or Shah Rukh Khan, who always reminds people that true success is measured not by wealth but by relationships and respect. And his humility has inspired countless younger artists to treat fame as a privilege, not a possession. And as the world becomes more connected through social media, fans get to see these friendships unfold in real time. They witness acts of kindness between stars. Whether it's birthday tributes, behind the scenes, laughter, or heartfelt support during tough times, these small gestures build a bridge between celebrities and the people who adore them, showing that even the biggest stars are driven by the same emotions that guide us all: love, loyalty, forgiveness, and growth. And in this glittering world filled with stories both told and untold, one truth remains constant: that friendship, fame, and purpose can coexist beautifully when grounded in sincerity. And that's what makes the stories of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively so captivating. They remind us that even in the spotlight, true friendship can remain untouched by the noise and continue to shine with genuine light. And as the lights of Hollywood continue to shimmer brighter than ever, the connections that hold these stars together begin to tell stories of their own, because behind every glamorous photo, every red carpet smile, and every magazine cover there is a bond that keeps these people grounded. And for Taylor Swift, this is more than true as she opens up about friendship. She reminds fans that fame can be both a gift and a challenge. It can lift you to unimaginable heights, but it can also test your heart and your trust. Yet she always manages to find light in the people who walk beside her, and Blake Lively is one of those constants in her journey. Their friendship, like a beautiful melody, has its highs and lows, but what remains is the rhythm of support and laughter that keeps it alive. And Blake, with her effortless grace and humor, has often shown how to balance fame, motherhood, and creativity. She is admired not just for her acting, but for her authenticity, her ability to make people feel at ease even in the midst of chaos, and that warmth is something Taylor and fans alike cherish about her. And in this shared journey of public attention, they have both discovered that real friendship is about cheering each other on through every chapter, not just the easy ones. And when Taylor shares her perspective on friendship, it feels like a breath of honesty in a world filled with filters and facades. She talks about how people change, how connections evolve, and how it is okay to outgrow certain bonds, because sometimes growth means walking different paths while still wishing each other well. And that message resonates deeply, not just with fans, but with countless other celebrities who have lived similar truths, from Selena Gomez and Francesca Raisa to Demi Lovato and Nick Jonas. Each has learned that friendship in the limelight is not about perfection, but persistence and forgiveness. Selena's journey especially shows this beautifully. Her bond with Taylor has endured despite years of rumors and ups and downs because it's built on mutual love and shared experiences. Both of them have faced immense public pressure, yet continue to lift each other up in subtle and meaningful ways. And when Selena speaks about self-love and finding peace within it, echoes Taylor's own words about surrounding yourself with people who truly care. And that theme runs across Hollywood and beyond, where stars use their platforms to celebrate connection and compassion. Take, for example, Zendaya, whose humility and kindness make her one of the most respected young icons of our time. She supports her friends publicly and privately, always giving credit to those who inspire her, and her friendship with Timothée Chalamet is a perfect example of that playful, genuine connection that reminds everyone that fame doesn't have to erase the joy of being human. They share laughter, teasing, and encouragement both on and off the screen, and fans love them for it because it feels real and spontaneous, and that kind of authenticity is becoming the new definition of cool in the world of celebrities, where honesty and kindness are slowly replacing the old ideals of competition and image. And it's not just among the younger generation, even veteran stars like Sandra Bullock and Jennifer Aniston continue to show what long-lasting friendship looks like. They have faced countless headlines, challenges, and triumphs, yet their bond has only grown stronger over the years, proving that trust and humor are timeless ingredients in any relationship. And when we look internationally, we see this same pattern of human connection weaving through the stories of stars like Deepika Padukone and Priyanka Chopra, two global icons who celebrate each other's success without jealousy but with admiration and pride. They understand that every woman who rises opens doors for many others. And this collective spirit of empowerment has become one of the most beautiful aspects of modern celebrity culture. And speaking of empowerment, we can't forget about Rihanna, who has redefined what it means to be a modern businesswoman, artist, and friend. She constantly lifts people around her and collaborates with those she believes in, creating a community of creativity and confidence. Her friendships within the industry are often built on shared dreams and mutual respect. And that's what makes her brand and music feel so alive, because everything she does comes from a place of collaboration rather than competition. And in that sense, she shares a kindred energy with Taylor Swift, both being leaders in their own right, both using their platforms to tell stories of strength, vulnerability, and resilience. And this universal thread of compassion runs through the careers of so many others like Lady Gaga, whose relationships with her fans and collaborators are filled with deep gratitude. She calls her fans her little monsters, not out of habit, but out of love. And they have returned that love tenfold through unwavering loyalty. Her journey from underground artist to international superstar is a testament to staying true to oneself while still embracing others with open arms. And then there's Harry Styles, who has become an emblem of kindness and self-expression. He's known not only for his music and fashion, but for the way he treats people with respect and warmth, whether it's fellow artists or fans. His attitude reflects the growing belief that success means nothing without empathy and connection. And that's the energy Taylor talks about too. The idea that surrounding yourself with good people helps you create good art and live a good life. And as Blake Lively and Taylor Swift continue to navigate their personal and professional worlds, they show that friendship isn't about being inseparable, it's about being supportive. It's about knowing that no matter where life takes you, your people are always cheering you on. And when Blake chooses to celebrate Taylor's moments, whether through quiet gestures or subtle social media nods, fans can see the bond that words can't always express. And it's that quiet strength that makes their friendship so admired and relatable. And it's not just about Hollywood either. Across the world, there are celebrities who share the same values, like the K-pop stars of BTS, who constantly emphasize the importance of brotherhood, teamwork, and gratitude. Their friendship and unity have inspired millions, showing that love and loyalty transcend fame and language barriers. And the same can be said for stars like Blackpink, who highlight empowerment and togetherness in every performance, reminding fans that the bond between artists and their supporters is one of the purest forms of connection. And when you look closely, these stories aren't just about fame or fortune, they're about humanity. They remind us that even the most famous people in the world are searching for the same things we all are: love, friendship, purpose, and belonging. And as the cameras flash and the interviews roll, these stars find comfort in the people who know their truest selves, the ones who remember who they were before the spotlight. And that's what makes their journey so meaningful. Because it's never just about the destination, it's about the people they meet along the way. And Taylor Swift, as always, puts that beautifully into perspective. Her reflections on friendship are not just about her inner circle, they are about everyone who has ever felt the beauty and pain of growing alongside others. She turns those emotions into art, and in doing so, she helps the world feel a little less alone. And that's what storytelling through fame truly is: a mirror reflecting shared emotions and dreams. And as her fans listen to her words and her music, they are reminded that every friendship, every connection matters, because it shapes who we become. And as we continue to explore the glittering universe of celebrities, we find that underneath all the glamour, the red carpets and the lights, what truly shines is the heart behind it all. And that heart beats in rhythm with the stories of friendship, loyalty, and love that connect Stars like Taylor Swift and Blake, lively to countless others across the globe, because fame may make their world bigger, but friendship keeps it beautifully small and real. And as the music keeps playing and the lights of the stage fade into golden warmth, the stories of friendship and connection continue to ripple across the world of fame, weaving together the journeys of stars who have walked through triumph and heartbreak hand in hand, and in that delicate dance between spotlight and soul. Taylor Swift stands as a symbol of how fame does not have to harden a person. It can instead deepen their empathy. Her reflections on friendship are not just poetic musings. They are lived truths learned from years of love, loyalty, distance, and healing, and the way she carries herself with grace amid constant attention shows a kind of emotional intelligence that many admire. She knows that not every friendship is forever, but every friendship teaches something valuable, and her bond with Blake Lively is one of those rare gems that feels genuine through every season. They may not always be seen together, but their connection has a quiet, unspoken strength that transcends trends and tabloids. Blake, with her grounded energy and effortless charm, understands what it means to balance being in the public eye with keeping her inner world protected. She and Taylor have both learned that peace often comes from privacy, and yet even in their moments away from the camera, their influence remains powerful. Because what fans truly connect to is not the perfection, but the humanity, and that humanity shines through in so many other stars as well. Like Emma Stone, whose friendship with Jennifer Lawrence is a beautiful reminder of how women can empower one another in an industry that often tries to pit them against each other. Their laughter, shared stories, and mutual support have inspired countless fans to celebrate female friendship rather than compete. And then there's Selena Gomez, who has been open about her evolving relationships and how she chooses to surround herself with people who bring light to her life. She has shown incredible resilience, turning pain into purpose through her charity work and advocacy for mental health. And that honesty makes her one of the most relatable and admired figures of her generation. She has turned vulnerability into strength, and that has built bridges between her and millions who see her as more than a celebrity, but as a friend from afar. And the same can be said about stars like Zendaya, whose natural kindness and wisdom make her a beacon of hope for younger generations. Her friendship with Tom Holland continues to remind people that love and friendship can coexist beautifully without needing validation from the world around them. Their bond feels simple, sweet, and supportive, and it reflects a broader message that relationships thrive when built on trust and shared values. And then there's Rihanna, who continues to redefine what it means to be both fierce and compassionate. She celebrates her friendships, loudly giving credit to those who help her grow. She makes success look collaborative rather than competitive. And that energy radiates across everything she touches, whether it's fashion, beauty, or philanthropy. She knows that empowering others multiplies joy, and that mindset has made her a role model for unity in an industry often defined by individuality. And speaking of unity, we see that same light in the enduring friendship of Beyoncé, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams, who have stood by each other through decades of personal and professional evolution. They prove that true friendship can survive even as lives take different directions, and that foundation of faith and love continues to inspire people around the world who have grown up watching their sisterhood thrive, and their message resonates deeply with fans who understand that friendship is not about constant closeness, but about unconditional support through time and change. And while many friendships are celebrated in Hollywood, there are also stories of quiet loyalty that rarely make headlines. Like Keanu Reeves, who is known for his humility and the way he treats people with kindness and respect. His friendships in the industry are often marked by mutual admiration rather than showmanship, and he reminds everyone that kindness is the ultimate legacy. And when we talk about friendship and authenticity, we cannot overlook stars like Lady Gaga, whose bond with her fans and collaborators transcends performance. She has built a global community centered on acceptance, self-love, and compassion, turning fame into a force for healing. Her artistry and heart combine to show that no matter how famous one becomes, the truest success lies in connection, and that theme echoes again and again across continents in stars like Priyanka Chopra, who proudly bridges cultures while maintaining deep roots in her relationships. She celebrates other women loudly and authentically, often reminding fans that success shared is success. Multiplied. Her journey from India to Hollywood has not changed her values. It has amplified her desire to uplift those around her. And similarly, Deepika Padukone continues to speak about the importance of friendship and emotional well-being. Her openness about her struggles and her gratitude for those who stood by her, make her one of the most genuine stars in the global spotlight. She proves that vulnerability and strength can coexist, and that being open about mental health helps others find courage to do the same. And when these stories intertwine, they paint a picture of a world where fame is not just about glamour, but about growth and gratitude. And that's the same energy that Taylor Swift channels. When she talks about her friendships, she knows that every person who enters her life plays a part in her story, whether they stay for a moment or a lifetime, and that acceptance gives her peace. It's what allows her to keep evolving, to write new music, to see life through fresh eyes, and to inspire others to embrace change without fear. And when she sings about love or heartbreak or friendship, it's not just her story anymore, it becomes everyone's. Because her art speaks to the shared human experience. And that's what makes her connection with her fans so extraordinary. She doesn't just perform for them, she lives with them through every lyric, every smile, and every word. And Blake Lively shares that same magnetic quality. The ability to make people feel seen and understood. Her humor, her kindness, and her authenticity make her not just a movie star, but someone who radiates genuine joy and empathy. And it's easy to see why she and Taylor clicked, because both women live by the same values. Family love, friendship, and laughter. They both believe in the power of community and creativity, and that energy is infectious. It reminds people that you can be ambitious and kind, glamorous and humble, successful and still deeply human. And that is the heart of this world of celebrities that fans so adore. It's not just the sparkle. It's the stories underneath the sparkle, the stories of beginnings and challenges and comebacks that make each star relatable, like how Selena Gomez turned her struggles into a movement of kindness and self-love, or how Zendaya continues to break barriers while remaining grounded, or how Rihanna built a beauty empire centered on inclusivity because she wanted everyone to feel seen. These are the stories that inspire millions around the world. And when Taylor Swift shares her reflections on friendship, she becomes the voice of all those who have loved and lost and loved again. She reminds everyone that the greatest friendships are not perfect. They are real. They are messy and beautiful, and they grow with time, and that's why people connect to her words and her journey. Because in a world that often glorifies perfection, she glorifies honesty, and that honesty is what keeps her friendships strong. Even when rumors rise, even when the world speculates, she continues to choose kindness and understanding. And that is the quiet power of a woman who knows who she is and who she loves. And that power echoes across Hollywood, across music, across fashion, across every corner of celebrity life where people are choosing authenticity over image and connection over competition. It's a gentle but powerful revolution led by those who understand that fame is fleeting, but friendship is forever. And as the rhythm of celebrity life keeps moving faster and the spotlight shifts from one star to another, the stories that truly stay in the hearts of fans are the ones that remind them of love, loyalty, and laughter, because those are the things that never fade. And Taylor Swift knows this so well as she continues to speak about the value of genuine friendship amid fame. Her words carry a quiet strength that feels deeply real. She has seen people come and go. She has seen moments of great joy and great challenge. And through it all, she has held on to the belief that kindness and connection matter more than anything. And that belief is reflected in how she lives, in how she writes, and in how she chooses the people around her. And Blake Lively stands out as one of those constants, a friend who brings humor, grace, and warmth into every room she enters. Their friendship has always been filled with mutual admiration and joy, a reflection of two women who understand that fame is easier to handle when you have someone by your side who keeps you laughing and grounded, and their bond represents a kind of modern friendship that fans adore: strong, independent, creative women supporting each other through all the ups and downs of life. And this theme of genuine friendship runs deep across the celebrity world, because while the cameras love the drama and the gossip, it's the real connections that truly shape the industry, from Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift to Zendaya and her circle of inspiring young stars. These friendships are redefining what it means to be successful. They show that you can shine brighter when you stand together, and that idea has rippled across continents, influencing artists, actors, and creators, everywhere from Hollywood to London to Seoul and Mumbai. The message is the same. Success feels sweeter when it is shared, and this is something we see in the brotherhood between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Their playful banter and endless jokes hide a deep mutual respect and love that fans can feel every time they interact. Their friendship is proof that humor and heart go hand in hand, and it makes them both even more beloved. And speaking of Ryan, he and Blake have built a family that radiates joy, a partnership that blends laughter with loyalty, and that energy extends to their friendships too, because they show that love can be lighthearted without losing depth. And in many ways, Taylor's connection with Blake fits perfectly into that picture of authenticity and fun. It's not about appearances, it's about genuine moments shared away from the noise, and that's something so rare and refreshing in the modern world of fame. And as we move through this story of stars and their journeys, we see more and more examples of how kindness and humility remain the secret ingredients to lasting success. Look at Keanu Reeves, a man whose compassion has made him one of Hollywood's most respected figures. His quiet generosity, his habit of putting others first, and his refusal to be consumed by ego have made him a symbol of goodness in an often chaotic world. And then there's Zendaya, whose humility and poise make her a role model for a new generation of artists. She navigates fame with grace, using her platform to inspire confidence and kindness rather than comparison. And when she speaks about friendship, it's always with sincerity. She talks about how the people she surrounds herself with are the reason. She stays grounded and happy, and fans love her for that because it shows that real success isn't about how much attention you get, but how much peace you keep. And that message echoes in so many others, like Harry Styles, who reminds people to treat each other with kindness, or Selena Gomez, who continues to use her platform to spread messages of compassion and self-acceptance. Their journeys are proof that empathy never goes out of style. And that's what connects them all in a way, even though they come from different parts of the world and work in different fields. Their hearts beat to the same rhythm, the rhythm of love and gratitude. And that rhythm is something that Taylor Swift channels every time she shares her thoughts on friendship and life. She doesn't sugarcoat the truth. She knows relationships can be messy, that people can drift apart, that fame can complicate even the simplest things. But she also knows that love and forgiveness can heal almost anything, and that's the beauty of her words. She finds grace in imperfection and turns it into art. And Blake lively mirrors that same energy in her own way. She approaches life with humor and heart. She celebrates the people she loves and always finds time to lift others up. Her laughter seems to light up every space she enters, and it's easy to see why she and Taylor share such a connection, because both women understand the importance of finding joy in the journey and gratitude in the chaos. They both know that friendship is not about grand gestures, but about small, consistent moments of support. And that lesson stretches across the entire entertainment world, where stars are learning to celebrate community more than competition, like Rihanna, who has built an empire not just for herself, but for the world around her. She uses her success to give back and to bring people together through fashion, beauty, and music. Her brand is built on inclusion and friendship, a reflection of her belief that everyone deserves to shine. And then there's Beyoncé, who continues to inspire millions, not just with her talent, but with her integrity. She surrounds herself with people who share her vision and values, and she gives them space to shine alongside. Her relationship with Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams continues to show that sisterhood can thrive in fame when it's rooted in respect and love. And these stories connect beautifully to the narrative that Taylor and Blake embody, because at the core of every successful career, there are people who believe in you, support you, and remind you who you are. And that's what makes these journeys so compelling. They are not just tales of fame, they are tales of friendship, and that theme extends even further. When we look at stars like Priyanka Chopra, who bridges worlds and cultures while staying deeply connected to her friends and mentors, she celebrates others openly and often uses her voice to highlight their achievements. Her ability to bring people together across continents is what makes her such a powerful global figure. And her friendship with Meghan Markle is a great example of how mutual respect and understanding can blossom, even under intense scrutiny. Both women have faced enormous public pressure, yet they continue to carry themselves with grace and empathy, and that shared experience creates an unspoken bond between them. And this kind of connection is something that resonates with fans because it's not about fame, it's about humanity, about finding your tribe and holding on to them in a world that's constantly shifting. And when we circle back to Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, we see that same essence of loyalty and laughter that makes their friendship so special. It's a quiet yet powerful reminder that no matter how big the stage gets, the people who make you laugh, the people who remind you to stay grounded are the ones who truly matter, and their bond continues to inspire countless fans to nurture their own friendships with care and gratitude. Because if there's one thing the world of celebrities teaches us over and over again, it's that love and connection are the real stars of every story. The songs, the films, the awards all fade with time, but the relationships built along the way are what stay. And that's what makes this universe of fame feel so alive, so deeply human beneath all the glitter. There are hearts that beat for the same simple things: love, laughter, friendship, and the joy of sharing the journey together. And as the curtain slowly falls on this endless golden narrative of stars and stories, the glow that remains is not from the flash of cameras or the shimmer of awards, but from the warmth of connection that ties everyone together. Because beneath all the fame and glitter, every celebrity, every artist, every dreamer is just a person reaching out for meaning and friendship and love. And that truth shines brightly through the stories of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, two women who have turned friendship into an art form, who have shown the world that no matter how loud the noise gets, the bonds that are real will always find their way back to the heart. Taylor's reflections on friendship echo through her lyrics and her life each era. Of her music revealing another layer of growth and self-awareness, she has turned her experiences into lessons, and those lessons into anthems for millions her fans see themselves in. Her words, they feel her joy, her pain, her hope, and her faith in people, and that connection goes beyond celebrity. It feels personal, like a friend speaking directly to them. And Blake Lively complements that same energy through her humor, her kindness, her way of making the world around her brighter. She brings laughter into every room she enters, and her presence reminds people that authenticity is the real mark of beauty. Her friendship with Taylor is not just about fame, it's about finding peace in someone who understands the world you live in and cherishing that connection no matter what life brings, and when fans see them together. Even in fleeting moments, they feel inspired because it represents something pure and real in a world that often feels curated and filtered. Their bond feels natural, like the laughter of old friends catching up after months apart. And that image resonates deeply across the celebrity world, because friendship has always been the quiet engine behind the success of so many beloved stars. Think of the way Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman tease each other with love beneath the jokes, lies a bond built on years of respect. Or how Beyoncé, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams have stood strong together through every transformation in their lives, showing that sisterhood lasts beyond the stage. Or how Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift continue to support each other in quiet, meaningful ways that go beyond what the public ever sees. These are the stories that keep fans believing in the goodness behind the glamour that fame doesn't have to isolate. That love can survive even the harshest lights of scrutiny. And that belief extends to countless others, like Zendaya and Tom Holland, whose friendship and partnership remind people that growth and trust are the real foundations of any lasting connection. Or Rihanna, whose loyalty to her circle of friends and collaborators has helped her build an empire based on inclusivity, creativity, and love. She proves that empowering others amplifies your own light. And that generosity has made her one of the most respected and adored figures in entertainment. And when we look at these patterns across generations, we see a beautiful evolution in celebrity culture, one that values authenticity over performance, kindness over perfection, connection over competition. It's no longer about who shines the brightest, but about who helps others shine too. And that's what makes this world so inspiring, because every artist, every actor, every dreamer who chooses love and empathy over ego becomes part of a greater story, one that touches lives far beyond the screen or the stage. And this global web of connections stretches from Hollywood to Bollywood to K-pop, from Priyanka Chopra and Deepika Padukone, celebrating friendship and empowerment across continents, to the members of BTS who embody brotherhood in its truest form. Their journey from humble beginnings to international icons is rooted in trust, loyalty, and gratitude. Stay tuned for more celebrity stories, inspirational journeys, and red carpet moments that touch the heart. Subscribe for weekly storytelling documentaries about the stars you love.